Afternoon, Professor. I'm doing my assignment with the ethical decision assignment due Tuesday at it says 1:15 right here, but I think you said 1:30, so I'm gonna go with the 1:30 one. I'm going to provide with scenario. I'm going to go with scenario. I'm gonna give you three scenarios that how I went A, B, and C, and I'm gonna choose one. The first scenario I'm gonna choose is the one where E, where I give the money to myself, because there's two things that I'm going through. It's either I have this ethical dilemma where I don't know where to give the money and I'm being forced to choose one or the other. So now I'm going to choose it for myself. So then now I can distribute that money however I want. I know it says I can't do that, but one of my options is to give the money to myself. And so because I give it to myself, I get to do that again now. That might say more about me being told what to do. And then the second scenario would be where I give it to my personal family member, because it's family. How am I not going to take care of family? Like, of course I will. And then thirdly, I would give it to the single mother, because I was raised by a single mother and I understand the idea. But first and foremost, I would give it to myself. What personal values did I employ in making your decision? I really care about where the influx of money goes, and I don't like people forcing me to use money in gearing my decision making, because in this capitalistic society, money is power. So in this situations, I could be giving this money and giving a person a life. Yet I could be wrong. I'm no expert. So I don't want to be foolish with my money, because that money could potentially save a life. That's why I gave it to myself for E, so that I can do further research, I can find an expert, and I can also find an expert to tell me where my money is going to have the most value. Okay, what issue considerations made decision-making difficult? How did it make you feel? So what issues did I have with creating this decision is because it wasn't a practical decision. Nobody just has $30,000 to just give away. You earn it, or you came about it in other means, and usually those other means would be like, oh, I have $30,000, what do I do with this money? Let me give it to the authorities. Or I have $30,000, somebody passed away and abruptly gave me this money. It's an ethical scenario where I want to either help myself or help my society, and hopefully I can do both. But in order for me to help my society, I need to help myself, which is why I went back to E. I'm going to give the money to myself so I can make my own decisions. What could help you make such decisions more easily? What additional questions do I have regarding the scenario the scenario that you selected? I want background information, and I want to be able to speak to professionals, because so that way I can have paradigm shifts and other dynamics and make a sound decision, and a well-informed one. Just to make a decision like that on the spot is kind of ridiculous. So that's why I made a ridiculous one where I was like, E, I can pick it for myself, because it gives me more time. But yeah, Professor, so I hope I answered A, B, and C as my reflection pieces. And this is the first time doing it, so if I can structure it more or format it a different way, I can. Thank you so much for your time.